Yesterday, I made a revolutionary portfolio about the top 8 Chinese tech companies, the Magnificent 8, and I'm calling this portfolio the Dragon. And the Dragon portfolio has these 8 companies in it: Alibaba, Tencent, Baidu, JD, Pinduoduo, Xiaomi, NetEase, and BYD. Each of these companies has a analogous US counterpart, like Alibaba is Amazon, Baidu is Google, Tencent is Facebook, JD is like Amazon and Walmart rolled into one, Xiaomi is like Apple, NetEase is like Activision, BYD is like Tesla, and Pinduoduo is eBay meets Groupon meets Temu, because it is Temu. Yesterday, I constructed this portfolio and I cautioned you not to FOMO in because the Chinese stock market has gone vertical post fiscal and monetary bazooka. I said, if you're interested in acquiring these companies, wait for a 5, 10, even 20% pullback. And what do you know? Today we have a 7% pullback. If I'm already planning to buy a company and I can buy it 7% cheaper than yesterday, I'm a happy camper. I will do a deep dive into Baidu today and touch up on the rest of the portfolio, as well as telling you what I'm doing with my Chinese stock positions and how I plan to acquire more. If you appreciate the content, make sure to like and subscribe and stay until the end for your moment of zen. Let's jump into it. All right, so let's take a look at Baidu's chart today. It was 115 yesterday, and at opening dropped to 104. It's now trading at 106. If you watched my Dragon portfolio Magnificent 8 of China yesterday, I said do not FOMO into these stocks. They have gone vertical. Wait for a 5, 10, even 20% pullback. Well, what do you know? The portfolio is down 7% today. It was up 1% yesterday, so it's 6% in the wash. But now is a much better day to buy than yesterday's top. I've put in some buy orders for Baidu, which I will discuss today from our Dragon portfolio. Our Dragon portfolio is Alibaba, Tencent, Baidu, JD, Pinduoduo, Xiaomi, NetEase, and BYD. Yesterday, we touched on each one briefly, and then we covered Alibaba and Tencent. Today, we'll do Baidu. These are the top 3, in my opinion, that will benefit from China embracing AI technology or catching up with AI. Now, let's just take a look at Baidu's chart. It was at this price 5 years ago at $100. It's been as high as 340, and it's been sub 100 just briefly here. It was 100 6 months ago. So things have gotten much better than they were 6 months ago. Current valuation is about $37 billion. But let us jump into Baidu. Are you ready? Baidu. So, Baidu's business overview, if you are not familiar, they have search engine dominance in China. They command a significant share of the market. It's a search platform and is essential for advertisement. Just think of Google of China. In more ways than one, Baidu is the Google of China. Also, artificial intelligence. They're heavily invested, particularly in autonomous driving technology, natural language processing, AI cloud services. And they are AI development leader in China. Autonomous vehicles, they have a technology called Apollo Project. Think of it as Waymo of Google. They're making self-driving cars. And last, Baidu has a cloud service division that's rapidly growing. Obviously, if tech sector is growing, then most cloud compute will grow as well. It's similar to Google Cloud or Amazon Web Services. Now, the competitors in the AI race in China that compete with Baidu are Alibaba and Tencent. Those are the 3 dominant players. So instead of choosing a winner, if you're solely trying to bet on AI in China, I would own all three. What did I do today? Well, I saw this and I was happy. I'm happy for the pullback because, as I mentioned, we don't want to see it go straight up vertically. That is not a healthy market. It's easy to understand why Chinese stocks went up vertically. There was a lot of stimulus injected. Wow, Crane shares are down 10%. I trimmed my position at 38. I still have some, but I sold some as well because I thought there will be a pullback. And we got a little pullback. Now, I would not be surprised if this continues rallying to whatever, back to 5-year highs from here. But more gradually, not vertically like this, okay? This is not a healthy market, just straight up from 25 to 40. This is a nice pullback, 10% for the ETF, and the Dragon portfolio is 7%, I think, for today. If you liked the video yesterday about the Magnificent 8 of China and the Dragon portfolio, and you were interested in starting a position in these companies, well, today is a gift. We like adding to our position on a red day. There is no fundamental change in a lot of these companies from yesterday to today. It is a natural market pullback after a little bit of exuberance where everybody was FOMOing into Chinese stocks. If we look at the fundamental analysis, like I have done for Alibaba, Tencent, and Baidu, we see that they're still fairly valued or undervalued relative to their US counterparts. Now, when purchasing Chinese stocks, obviously we're taking risk with the Chinese regulations, the Chinese government, and geopolitical risk. I think the Chinese have realized the error of their ways and realized why nobody was investing in their market, and they have changed course. If they nerf their market again, I doubt investors will ever come back. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I don't think they'll want to fool foreign investors again by messing with the markets. They're being very supportive through their fiscal and monetary stimulus, and that's why the market is up. We like this pullback because we were having a little bit of FOMO. I own Alibaba and Tencent. I've owned a lot of these other ones previously, but I was underexposed Baidu, and I'm happy to start a position at a lower price than yesterday. I have some open buy orders, sub 100, because I think there might be a retracement. So I've placed some of my limit buy orders in this gap right here. See this gap between 94 and 100? Often when it gaps up, there's a retracement to fill this gap because there was no price action there. If we take a look at a year, we'll find this gap here also. Maybe 6 months is it better? Yeah, there's a gap. I'm hoping, now hope is not a good strategy, but that it will retrace down here between 90 and 100 in price discovery before it rockets back up. But in either case, I'm happier to buy it at 106 than 120 yesterday, given all the fundamentals. Now, the fundamentals. Did we cover the fundamentals? Fundamentals. Price to earnings, single digit. PE forward, almost single digit, 10. Price to earnings growth, is it not here? 1. We like this. That means it's a fast growing company and it is fairly valued, which we are happy with. There you have it. An update of the Dragon portfolio with a fundamental analysis and description of Baidu, the Google of China, that is growing both in search ad dollars, that is growing their autonomous vehicle driving division, and cloud computing. Think of it as Google of China that also has AWS parts, AI, and Waymo. If you think AI will be a big thing, These top three companies, Alibaba, Tencent, and Baidu, will be the likely winners in China because they have the resources, compute, capital, and the data that you need to make a successful AI. As I mentioned previously, don't FOMO in if you feel under-invested in China. There are always going to be pullbacks, 5, 10, even 20%. Watch your position sizing, dollar cost average in, and on a red day like this is a better time to add than on a full green day like yesterday. I will do in-depth analysis on the rest of these, JD, Pinduoduo, Xiaomi, NetEase, and BYD. So make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any updates of the Dragon portfolio. Thank you for tuning in. May the power of compound interest be with you. And here it is, your moment of Zen. Even a small gust can throw a crane off course. And your emotions are a typhoon. Don't let them control you.
In this house, but keep the focus. Balance the numbers, don't lose your locus. Even a gust can throw a crane off course. But we're steady now with a powerful force. Keep it cool, don't get swept away. Emotions are typhoons, control sway. Dance with the rhythm, let your mind sway. In this house of dreams, we'll stay and play.